All right. So welcome. And we always start by assuming the right posture, whether that is sitting or standing. We want our spine straight because that is the conduit between the heavens. The top of our head is pointed, the very top by way is pointed to the heavens and collecting the energy like a funnel. And your chin is lifted slightly to make sure you have that. The tip of your tongue is touching very lightly at the top of your mouth, and you're just relaxed. So if you're sitting, you might have to sit forward in the chair because most chairs are made so we're actually bent a little bit. You want your knees, your body is loose, so nothing is stiff, and your knees just lightly bent. Your buttocks is slightly like, almost like you're sitting on a chair, a high chair. So it's resting, and that allows your tailbone to be one of your three roots. So the bottom of your feet are rooted, sending deep roots from the bubbling springs, and the tailbone is the third root. So you're a three-legged chair. So that gives you more stability. And we just start by taking a few deep breaths. You breathe. Once we get into the form, our breathing will be through the nose in and out. But on these first three breaths, you can always do a deep sigh through your mouth as you just let go and become present in this moment. Letting go of anything you've brought with you to this moment. Relaxing into your body. Fully embracing and inhabiting your body. And never rushing. If all you do is the starting posture and take 3 deep breaths, that is wonderful. And you can also walk through relaxing your body part by part, starting at the top, and you relax down. And so you can do it 1 breath at a time, but we'll start at the top and we'll just take a deep breath and relax, relaxing our head, relaxing our face. And again, if your face is truly relaxed, you're smiling. And on the next one, just allowing any tension in your neck, your shoulders, and your arms to just flow out your fingertips into the earth. Mother Earth knows what to do with them. And on your next exhale, relaxing down the upper spine, the middle spine, and the lower spine, as you're also relaxing your chest, your abdomen, and your hips. And then finally, relaxing your hips, relaxing your legs, your calves. It's okay to have a little bit of movement. It's also wonderful to be perfectly still. Just relaxing down into your feet. And we're gonna do that cleansing, opening cleanse to cleanse the area we're in. And so you can keep your hands at your side, or you can put them in prayer position, and you're just engulfing the earth, earthing. We're start by sending our energy deep into the earth, sending our roots to root with all of life. You can also place your hands on your heart, place your hands on your lower abdomen, whatever is for you that day. Connecting your roots to all of the earth. You can even give them a tug to get the energy flow up. And with this, we're going to do 3 circles. So we go, bring our hands together, and we bring them up through the middle, and then circling around. And so this is bringing the earth energy up and cleansing the area that we're at. So if you ever have a new Qigong area, this is really nice to do. We're going to do 4 circles. You can also do 3, but 4 is numerologically the number of the earth and grounding. You can also just do 1, depending on your time. And your hands can face you, they can face each other. It's your practice. We bring them up through the center and just circle around. So this move is similar to clearing the clouds, but in this case, our intention is bringing the earth energy up. And after 4, we'll pause for a moment. And now we're going to focus our attention on the heavens, on the cosmos. Focusing on your crown chakra, the top of your head, the energy. You're exchanging energy with the cosmos. So you're also, as the energy is flowing in, you are sending your intentions of love up to the cosmos. And then this time we go the opposite way. So we bring our hands down and we do some big circles, bringing the energy, helping to bring this energy from the heavens into our Qigong space. And I actually bend a little bit with my knees as I'm going around in the circles. You can do that. Again, it's your practice. And when I'm practicing on my own, I actually turn in each direction. So I do 4 circles, and so I'll turn in each direction, which is really wonderful at night on a clear night with the stars. And we'll place our hands on our heart, close our eyes for a moment now that our space is clear. And we want to set an intention for our practice. And in honor of the name my parents gave me, I thought we could focus on joy today. So the aspects of joy and bringing more joy, not just into our lives, but into the lives of those around us. For once we truly abide in joy, then we do bring joy to all around us. So you can just take a few more deep breaths there. Abiding in joy. When you're ready, bring your arms, allow your arms to drop to your side. And we're going to slowly, gently start our first movement, which is raising our hands on the clouds of chi. We're not rushing. So we're allowing our hands to gently float up with our breath. So on our inhale and our exhale, our hands just gently floating down on the chi. And so this is just a nice way to begin to help us slow down our breathing. Again, breathing through your nose and exhaling as you lower. Your hands don't go behind you, but there is a little bit of a swaying of the hands as you change direction. And as you're lifting and inhale, and the transition and an exhale, just a very slow, luxurious exhale as you're lowering. And traditionally, this movement is done 9 times. Multiples of 3 have meaning, so 3, 6, or 9, depending on how much time you feel you have. We always have more time than we realize. You can do this movement sitting in a chair, sitting at the edge of the chair in the middle of the day if you're starting to feel anxious, because it really helps to calm us down. It's very grounding. Our hands, although we're allowing them to float up on the chi, our hands, our palms are facing the earth. So we always have that connection to the earth. with this movement. And I think that was 9. On this one, we'll lift up. And when we get to our chest level, we'll bring our hands and open our chest, opening our heart on the mountaintop. And on the exhale, closing and allowing our hands to float down again. And so the full breathing is, if you're able, that the whole lifting and opening is your inhale. You can look up a little bit as you allow the breath to transition to the exhale. And so the closing and lowering is a full exhale. But if that's too long for you, you can do an inhale, exhale on the rising and inhale, exhale on the lowering. And so it's opening the heart to what is. Opening our heart to the day. You can be anywhere you want as you're doing this move. You can be on the highest mountain. You can be at the ocean. You can be looking at the sunrise. And just embracing, opening your arms to the sunrise and absorbing the sunlight into your heart chakra. And then lowering, absorbing the morning rays. And you can also, with this move, be sending out joy, joyful appreciation to the others in your life, to all beings, because all beings deserve to be joyful. It is our natural state. If you watch children and babies, they're just so joyful, just so naturally. We'll do one more. Opening up to joy, extending our joy. And on this one, we're going to just close our arms at our chest, crossing our hands at our heart, and embracing ourselves with joyful appreciation, because we're taking this time to be with ourselves and to practice. Your hands, your arms are crossing just below your wrist. That is an acupressure point for the heart, and they're crossed right in front of your heart chakra if that feels comfortable for you. And that just gives an extra blessing to your heart. And then when you're ready, you allow your arms to drop, and we do carrying the rainbow. And so you can do, your arms are curved so that you're half of the rainbow, and your head is turning to look at the hand that is lowering. And so you can do just gentle movements. You can spread your legs a little bit, and you can bend whatever arm is going up. That leg would bend as you lower your hand almost to the knee of your other leg. So it's your practice. It's how much movement your body's feeling. This is a nice for the side bends. And we can walk through the colors of the rainbow, the chakras. So red is our root chakra, our grounding, our stability. Into orange, the sacral chakra, which is sacred, our fluidity. It's the area below our belly button. It's also our creativity that moves into yellow, the golden yellow of sunlight, as we manifest our visions in the world. And into green, and green is the heart chakra. So loving kindness, compassion, and gratitude for all beings and for ourselves. And blue is the throat, our communication, communicating our truth with compassion and courage. And into the indigo violet of the third eye, our intuition, our looking inward at the unity of all, the oneness. And finally, into our crown chakra, and your upper hand is sending the rainbow into the crown chakra. So that's our acceptance of our divinity, our connection with the cosmos. And then we bring our hands down, we bring them together to our knees as we squat down, up through the center, and we separate the clouds. And as our arms separate to the side, our hands are pointing down, and we bring our hands together and up. And separate the clouds. And these are the clouds in our mind, the cloudy thoughts that we might still be lingering onto. We're just allowing them to dissipate. So part of the human experience is consciousness, which means we create our reality, and we create sometimes these crazy dramas. And so we're just clearing them and allowing ourselves to abide in joy. I had a teacher, and she said that in the morning meditation, can you throughout the whole day abide in joy within and without? And so just learning to smile more. We'll do one more. And we'll pause. Again, you can pause with your hands at your side or your hands on your heart. The pausing is important. As you check in, see how you feel now after that first few movements. That you're breathing slower, you're smiling more easily. So we drop our hands so our elbows are bent, and this is carrying the silk. So we turn our body, our legs, our feet are not moving, our knees are slightly bent, and our top hand is going to push over our lower hand, but it gives the illusion of that, but the movement is really in the body as you're twisting, and the hands just change position. And so it's a ball of chi between your two hands, or a silk cloth of chi. And for many students, this is when you start really feeling the chi. Some people can really feel it with this one, that warmth. Your body will start feeling warmer. So I always wear a layer, something, a sweater that's easy that I could take off if I start getting too warm as I'm practicing. We'll do one more on each side. Remembering to smile, abiding in joy. And our hands drop down to our knees, and we're going to row. We hit that plant. We're going to row across the sea of samsara, so the illusion. So you do in the full movement, you would squat as much as you're able. Your hands scoop down behind your knees, and you bring your arms around. If you have a bad shoulder, it's okay if you do one arm and the other one, it's the intention. So just keeping your vision. And so we're swimming through the illusion of this life and the delusions also. In Buddhism, they refer to it as Maya, that Maya is throwing these illusions at us. And we just smile and abide in joy and realize that it's what is real is what's in our hearts. You can do one more, or if you've made it past the illusion and it's behind you, and place your hands on your heart and abide in joy for a few moments, knowing the illusion is behind you once again. Then we scoop the water. So one hand is going to lift up and we look at the sunlight at the palm of our hand. And then we switch hands and scoop. Our body turns to the side. Our hand only lifts to the level of our eyes or our third eye. We're gazing with our third eye. Our body does turn 180 degrees, so 90 degrees to the side. And you're looking at the sunlight, but gave the image of scooping the water. So you have water trickling down your fingertips. You can even have a gem in your hand because you do. Our palm is the palace of the worker. So you're just gazing at the palm of your hand. The back hand goes over your lower back. There's a gate there called Ming Men. And so you're just protecting the gate. That's where our essence, our chi from our parents came from. Your back foot, you're up on your toe once you're looking. And so as you transition, both feet are on the ground and you pivot on the back foot, which is the same as the hand that is lifted. We'll do one more to each side, just gazing at the sunlight. It's the palm of our hand. And then this just naturally transitions into both palms now. So palms face each other. And this is gazing at the moonlight. So we gazed at the sunlight and we have a new moon coming this week. So the crescent moon is probably right behind me right now. So you're gazing between your two hands. The leg motion is the same. So you're going from side to side, gazing serenely, abiding in joy at the moonlight, the calmness. And if you're standing, your body does bend down and then lifts up because you're on that one toe. And you can do a few more, or you can rest, abiding in joy in that pause before we do our next move. So your hands will drop. So your elbows are bent, and this is catching the lotus leaf. So we twirl our hands and pull back in the lotus. And we reach out with our other hand, twirling our fingers, starting at the pinky finger, and pull it back in. So as you reach out, your palm turns down, you turn with your pinky, and you have a loose fist. So you're gently pulling this lotus blossom. And the lotus blossoms can be any color. They can also be any intentions. And if you like, if you're feeling You want to bring joy into different parts of your body, like your heart. You can bring the lotus blossom into your heart. But just smiling, just see yourself as a young child, and you're just catching lotus blossoms from one side to the next. In this windy, blustery day, the lotus blossoms are just flying all around you. I did this, I teach a kids class science, and we went out to catch leaves, and they could all catch them. It was so much fun. I was not as successful, but I was laughing too. So that's all that mattered, because we all had fun. And then this transitions into the cloud hands. So your upper hand, your feet don't move. In Tai Chi, your feet move, but in this one's the upper hand is passing right in front of your eyes, your body's twisting, and you're just looking at those clouds represent your thoughts, and you're not attaching. The idea of non-attachment. Can we abide in this world, seeing what's going on and not be observant? We do want to be observant of what's going on. We want to do our duties in the world, whatever our job is, but not be attached to them. The lower hand and the upper hand, just they face your body as they switch places. And the lower hand can either face your body or can face downward, wherever. My two hands do different things, so you're just not attached to any of it. And then you can pause for a moment, abiding in joy, while your teacher remembers what the next move is. Okay. Filling that joy, that you're filling your body, every cell, with joy as we've let go of so many thoughts that we didn't need anymore. And the next moves are the cleansing water moves. So we step forward with one foot at an angle. We lean forward, bending that front leg, and we scoop up the water. And then you lean back, your back leg is now bent as you allow the water, taking a shower in this cleansing, healing water. So the front leg bends as you bend forward, and then the front leg is straight. You come up on your heel, so your front toes lift up. And you're showering yourself with the water. And if you have somebody in your life, you can have the intention of imagining them here also. And you're just helping to cleanse them with this healing water also as you lift your arms. And so the practice is in the intention. And some days your moves will be bigger and you might go all the way to the ground. And other days they just might be very gentle moves that you just go enough forward and scoop up the water. And on this one, we bring our foot back as our hands come down and we step with our other foot forward. And scooping the water. So you want to do at least 3 times to each side. But you can definitely do more than that. Everyone has a favorite move. And that favorite move, the fun part of doing the Qigong is it changes. And you don't even realize when that change happens. And that all the moves, we just love all of them. And then we transition back to the center and we step forward with the other foot. This time our elbows are bent, and we're in the wave of the healing water, just gently pushing. So we're rocking back and forth in the healing water. Our hands just push forward, but there's no pushing. They stay there. We're just rocking. And as we go back, our hands drop to the side. And then we just bring them around up. And so you're in the water. Again, you can envision somebody you know who needs healing. And they can be in there rocking back and forth with you. And you're abiding in joy. So it can be a pink bubble bath. Your water can be pink and filled with bubbles today. And you step back and you just keep pushing the waves now in the other direction. And if there's waves, you got lots of bubbles. And they're healing bubbles because they're joyful bubbles. And joy always brings, a smile always brings joy to others. And we'll do one more, and you can abide back in your stillness of joy, back in the center, and just stand there. Place your hands on your heart and just close your eyes and go inside. Allowing your heart to open with joyful appreciation. We step forward again, the other foot, and this is the dove. So our arms open up the level of our chest, and we're rocking back and forth, the same rocking. We just scoop in, scooping in all around us, bringing in this beautiful, joyful chi. And then you step back, center, and you step in the other direction and scooping, bringing in chi. And I mentioned you can turn in all different directions. If you're in just a beautiful garden and you want to absorb chi, that's perfectly fine. That's what we would do because we were in a forest. And just gathering in the chi, this healing, joyful chi, playful. That's such a wonderful word. It is your Qigong practice, so be playful with it. And then bring your hands to the side in gentle fists, and this is happy dragon. So our fists, the punches are the dragon. You can have your knees bent. You can bob up and down with your dragon and do bending. So your fists are these happy dragons coming out of that sea of samsara. And so they're playful, they're abiding in joy. Your fists are not tight. And if you are clenching your fists, you should giggle and ponder, why was I clenching my fists? And then just let go. Just allow yourself to be these happy dragons in your pink bubble bath or your healing waters. And you're letting go. And again, you can go down into the full stance. People do where they keep very still, only their hands are moving, and they have a very focused gaze. So you can be playful, or you can have quite the intention with this one. So the other name in other Qigong forms is angry eyes, that your eyes and your fists and anger come from your liver. Or you can be the happy dragon, pondering that joy is much more fun than anger. And if you're in anger, you can't be in joy. And then this transitions just so wonderfully into the eagle or the phoenix. So your dragons take flight. So your hands open up, And you're just whatever majestic bird you want to be in flight, not rushing, hands coming down, crossing at your knees. As we lift up and you squat down, your hands come and cross. And you're just flying, sending joy. You can be carrying the bubbles of joy and dropping them, or rose petals of joy, and just flying over the land. Sharing the joy with all beings. And the full expression of this one, you're actually go up on your toes when you're at the top, which can be fun because it's a balance. And so if you wobble a little, that should make you joyful. Don't get upset. It's just how it is, especially in a windy day. You can do another 1 or 2 flights, and then we'll abide in the stillness. The eagle or the phoenix lands and is going to rest, abiding in the joy of one's heart. And then our last 3 moves that we learned last week, the next one is the windmill. So your hands are loosely facing each other and you are a prayer wheel or a windmill, and your arms are just going to make huge circles around. It's usually easiest to kind of keep your hands loosely facing each other. Your eyes can follow your hands, or they can stay closed or looking forward. And you can read all sorts of commentaries on which direction you must go first, but it doesn't matter. So again, the prayer wheels in Tibetan Buddhism are these giant wheels. And as you turn them, they send prayers. And Tibet is so high up in elevation, the Himalayas. And so your prayers just travel so far. And then we're going to go the other direction. So you just change directions. So whatever direction you were going, you're going the other way. And if you want, you can get your whole body involved. You can let your body drop down almost like a rag doll. Just don't get dizzy. And so you can keep the movements small and simple, or you can just get your whole body involved with this, other than your legs are not moving. And we'll do one more. We allow our hands to rest as we transition into the stepping out of samsara. So we're in the garden and we're stepping out of the illusion. So it's opposite hand and foot, and you're raising and lowering. Your leg that stays down, the knee, you can bob up and down, so you can bend down, opposite hand and foot. You're a marionette, so a puppet on strings. So it's lifting your hands. Your hands actually pass each other, but your feet, obviously, one has to completely place down before the other one lifts. And you're stepping out of the illusion. Stepping out of the illusion of your troubles and abiding in joy. And this one, as I mentioned, many students have an aversion to because it's a balancing. Again, opposite hand and foot. So you do have that momentary pause after the inhale, where you're balanced. And you can pause for longer, although there's that imperceptible transitioning happening with your hands. And then we slow down. And now we are in this beautiful garden of nirvana, of bliss, and we're going to gather the essence of the earth. So we stoop down and we gather a basket of flowers and we just bring it up to our face, to our nose, and take a deep inhale. And then as we slowly let it out, we allow the petals to just drift away. And then we gather the essence of the earth and take a deep inhale and allow it. It's just the joy of those flowers. And you can pick up all the different colors, the reds and the pinks, of loving compassion and joy, whatever those colors represent. You can pick up orange lilies, the tiger lilies. For the Sherpas and Tibetans, this Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is our new year. And the golden yellow lilies. And so we will finally be in the year of the tiger. And green, the delicate green, the ferns, so much greenery here in Oregon. And you can just gather different bouquets, but if we're going through the rainbow, we'd pick up blue flowers. I plant in my gardens. When I do this, I do have all the different colors so I can go through with joy. So we pick up the indigo violets of our third eye, our intuition, our inner knowing. And then finally, our last bouquet, the 1,000-petaled lotus of all the colors. And that deep inhale. And we're going to rest for a few moments before we do the closing. Abiding in joy in the middle of your bliss garden, which is within your heart. And just reflect. Do you feel in a more joyful place than you did when you began? You carry this feeling with you throughout the day and especially to others. And truly, the phrase in Buddhism is joyful appreciation. Be joyful for others and appreciate when they have wonderful news. And so bringing your hands into prayer in front of your heart, you rub them, fingers pointing up, until you feel warmth. And that's the chi. And then we're going to place them over our eyeballs. So little cups. And you're breathing through your eyes. You're breathing chi into your eyes. Our eyes get overworked by a lot of sensory. And then starting with your pinky finger on the inside, each side on the inside of your eyebrow, right above your eye, right below your eyebrow, there's a ridge of bone. You're just massaging the points along there, and you'll sometimes find a tender spot. These are all acupressure points to help our eyes be brighter and lighter. And then you can rub your eyes around. You can start rubbing your whole face. So you're giving your face a bath of chi. You can be as gentle or as aggressive as you need to be. You can rub your nose, you can rub your mouth. Just bathing your face and then rubbing your hair. You can use your fingertips and massage as you come down around your neck. You can massage behind your ears. There's a point under your ears called Anmyan, so peaceful sleep. And we bring our hands back to prayer. You can keep them like this. You can place them over your heart. And this is where we have gathered, especially when we do this as a group, we gather a lot of chi. The practice is always very different when it's done with a group, so thank you. And so a very healing chi. And so if there's an area of your body needing extra love, place your hands over that part. So if it's your lower back, if you have a cold, sore throat, if you have somebody in your life who's having issues, you can place your hands there and just have a clear intention of sending them joyful appreciation for their day, that they may abide in joy. Want to rub your belly, go clockwise. He would have us do a move where we'd rub our belly clockwise, and then he'd have us rub our kidneys. So our hands like right behind your belly button. And so just rubbing your kidneys gently. And then he would say this was for Mama and Papa. He was European. And so he would have us bring the chi from our belly and our kidneys and mix them up. And he said that was really good for stimulating that chi, our essence chi. And then bring your hands back to your heart and back to yourself with joyful appreciation for yourself. It's actually sometimes easier to have joyful appreciation for other people, but joyful appreciation, loving kindness and compassion for yourself, because you're here, you're doing the Qigong and abiding in joy. And bring our hands together in namaste and bow. The tip of your finger can touch your third eye. We say namaste. And